God, I'm so tired, but I thought I'd come on. Don't you start. Jack the bird. Too light in here. Not on the normal computer, so the lighting's a bit bright. First, yeah. I was just watching a bit more of Thieves of the Wood. Hi. Hi, Tom. Hi, Tapper. Tapper and Tom. On Netflix, there is a new series out called Thieves of the Wood. Very interesting. I'm going to sort of go through that again in a minute. Spoiler alerts for some, but I'm only a little bit through it. So, yes. I've got through quite a lot on Netflix. I've got through the October Fraction, is it? Is it the October Fraction? Something like the October Fraction, where it's about warlocks. Actually, I think I have to sleep again. Was it that? Yeah, the October Fraction. I think, yeah, it's good. And that's about warlocks, basically. And it does make you wonder witches and warlocks. It's like, it's quite interesting. Especially the bit where, I'm not going to go through it, but a woman, hi, good servant, a woman who is meant to be, you know, an all-powerful warlock, and they see her as bad, this other faction, which they're not, she isn't, they're bad. Hi, Effie. When she's kept somewhere, I think it was in water, but I see it's sort of like Lilith under the ground. She was green, that whole earthly, magical, mystical thing. Hi, Mark. But yeah, the October Fraction's good. That's on Netflix. That's the series. And yeah, I'll just wait for a few more people to come in. Well, 16. Because it's just a little chat. Thank you. I'll call you Mel. It's been a good day today. I'm very happy about something which I'll share in a minute. Come on, 17. Yeah, 17, please, in the house. Hi, all listening as I drive to Scotland. Ah, Mary, you're going to Scotland. Do you know what? In all the time that I've lived in the United Kingdom, I've never been to Scotland. And I only went to London on my 41st birthday, and next week it will be my 43rd birthday. Not my 41st birthday. On my, no, my 40th I went to London. Yeah. Hi, Phoenix. Hi, Revel. Hi, Flat Shady. Yeah, you're very welcome about the, yeah, the 3-hour Brit documentary. Yeah, it's what I've been shouting out for like 3 years. A lot of us have been shouting out about 3 years with the whole QAnon. I was laughing. Well, I'm just waiting for a few more people to come in. I was laughing. Thank you. At this. Now, a lot of you who are new won't know this, but I've been going on about Q for some time. I've done loads of videos on JFK Jr., Q, Revel, and a load of other people will know who are on Q that I've been doing this for a long time. But guess what? We found this. I just had to laugh at it. And Tapper said that he went checking for it and he couldn't find the actual video for it. I wonder why. YouTube took it down. I didn't know. I thought this was for people who are monetized, but it's obviously not now. This one was a year ago, and it's British Fight, hashtag QAnon, when I was doing it a year ago. Sat on the floor in the front room, and look what YouTube have slapped on my video. So this says something. QAnon is, shall I just read it out? You will have seen this on videos on many other truthing communities. QAnon is a far right. It's that far right again. Hi, Robin. It's that far right again. Hi, Candy. QAnon is a far right conspiracy theory detailing a supposed secret plot by an alleged deep state. I don't know what it says after that because it's on Wikipedia. I'm like, under me, I was like, oh my God, did I trigger you with my little channel? Hi, Anne. Oh, hi, Anne. So that's quite funny. And hi, Ricardo. That is hilarious because we all know they always say far right. It's not far right, it's not far left. It's good versus evil sort of thing. But I didn't know that that was under my video. But Tapper said he went to try and look for this one. I don't know if anyone else can. And it's not there. British fight, hashtag QAnon, about a year ago. There's a lot of things that aren't on my channel. I think there's some JFK Jr. videos that have been taken down as well. So, look at that. Triggered by a little channel. So I just thought that was quite funny. I was saying today that I've took part of my hair out at the front to have a fringe because it's softer looking and I like it. And then I come with my little headbands. What you all saying? Finally here live, just watched the video on Brit Girl channel. Wow. Yeah, I'm just so glad. Dolly, your channel is not very little. Have you looked at your views on your old videos? Some of my old videos I can't find. I know one of them on JFK Jr. ages ago had 14,000 views, but I can't find half of them. So I don't know if that's you. Well, we know what YouTube are doing, but you know, I don't know. Yeah, Brit Girl, when I shouted that video out, I'm just glad she put it out there, whether she's on cue or not, or got into it or looked at it and thought, you know what, there's something in it. It's like, yay. Someone I'm going to show you after puts a point out there. Like I've always said, it doesn't matter what you do as long as you're not hurting people. And, you know, when has Q ever hurt anyone? What? Hurt people by telling the truth? So it's quite funny. How are you all feeling today? Or from this week? It's Friday, so how have you all been this week? And I'll tell you about my week in a minute and things I've been watching this week and stuff. It's just a little chat. Dolly, I download it to an external. I think JFK. I'm not going to put a time on JFK Jr. because I just think whenever's the right time, I made that mistake of going, oh yeah, when we're all in a woohoo about it, and then everyone gets down when it doesn't happen. Hi, sweet Cece, aloha. It's a bit like this event, and someone's video, I think, we're talking about the event. A lot of people, I could be totally wrong, but a lot of people thought we were actually going off this realm. I never actually thought we really were. I just thought it's a consciousness, it's a higher consciousness, because there are people in the so-called spiritual, there's number 7, spiritual movement that have fractions of that side in there that try to put you into something. So when it doesn't happen, it puts you off the whole thing and you think it's not real. I think the higher consciousness, the solar flashes, events, whatever that is, I think that's the energies coming in. Like there's a lot coming in. If you've been seeing my orb videos, again, one with the green flash yesterday, I know Orb Whisperer gets them as well, colours that I've had too, and there's a lot more energy of that. So I think I personally think that's a lot to do with what's blasting us as well. Could be wrong, but that's my perception on things because it has been getting stronger. I don't think we're going anywhere. We're here, heaven on earth, we're bringing it in with good vibrations. Like I've said before, who are you tweeting at? Tweety. Not speaking now, are we? So yes, Dolly, I've been feeling low, don't know why. Probably check the Schumann resonance or something. But like, remember, like I said, and I've heard a lot of people saying this, and it's been matching up to what I've been saying. Don't resist it. If you're feeling low or tired, because that can make you feel low, just go with it. You know, just chill. Yeah, cheeky Jack. So definitely been picking up on energy. Yeah. And because there's a lot of people being in dis-ease, they're going to be in low energy because they don't know what's going on, and that's how you can pick up on it sometimes as well. Depends who you're around, like I've said, on what you're watching and all that stuff. So yeah, how's everybody else? Anyone else been feeling up or down this week? Like up in energies, I'm talking. I've been just like sort of like in the middle, just like I'm still tired. I'm kind of fat tired. I'm feeling yeah, I know what you mean. I've been feeling tired Yeah, no energy. Yeah, I've been feeling that. I've been feeling very tired, running out the house on the last minute with my son and stuff like that. Yeah, a lot of people are feeling drained, but not in a bad way. Not like, oh, just tired and thinking, right, I need to get to bed earlier, so I'm going to try and do that. That's why I'm not going to be on here late tonight. I've been trying to, bloated and bigger feeling. Yeah, I've been feeling like that as well. And you've got to remember the biggest thing with all of this is to look after yourself. That's self-care, self-love, all that sort of stuff. And self-love isn't what some people put out there. It's not an ego thing. It's not a big thing. It's taking care of yourself and loving you, who you are, and listening to your body, what your body's telling you. If you're tired, go to bed early. Have a lie-in in the morning if you can. Take yourself out in nature. Chill out somewhere away from YouTube, electrical devices, whatever, you know, even if it's for half an hour, whatever. Yeah. Only me. I've said that all the time. Only me. It's only me. I have been up and down. Yeah, and the thing is, I think we're all up and down because of all. I personally, because of new energies coming in, blasting our bodies and stuff. This is how I sort of see it. Not that you can always see it. It's put it this way: if we need a change, there's going to be new energies coming in, so it's going to affect our bodies anyway. So listen to your body. If you need to stay in bed, stay in bed. If you need to chill, chill. If you need to go out in nature, go out in nature. If something's, just don't resist what your body's trying to tell you. Because your body's trying to tell you it for a reason. So, if you're thinking this weekend, if you're in the UK, the weather's been naff anyway. Do you know what? This weekend, I'm just going to chill out all weekend. I'm going to watch some good films, and I'm just going to have a sloth weekend. I'm going to have a cozy weekend. Do it. If you're feeling more energized, go and do something more energetic. But one of the best things you can do is get out in nature, even if the weather's bad. And breathe when you're out in nature. Breathe it in because it will revitalise you. Weather was awful all week, now bright and sunny and cold for Valentine's Day. Oh, Valentine's Day, yeah. Can I just read out this that my mum and my sister sent me, and people will have seen this, but I thought it was so funny. You know, on Valentine's Day. And this isn't me being sore. This is like I'm not really bothered. At the end of the day, there's a lot of people that, if you love Valentine's Day, that's all good. The real story behind Valentine's Day isn't what you think, but I'm not putting a damper on it. I'm just saying there's a lot of people out there who will be like, oh, I'm going to take a picture of what my fella got me or my wife. I'm going to take a picture. It's all consuming anyway. I'm going to take a picture of it and put it everywhere so everyone can see what I got. But then the day after, they're acting like a twat again. So, you know what I mean? Every day you should be loving each other. It shouldn't just be for one day. A dog isn't just for Christmas, or a cat, or whatever. Do you know what I mean? People are like, oh, I've got to show everybody that my partner loves me. But then the next day they're acting all, back to normal and horrible. It's a bit fake. I'm not saying that's everybody, but it is some people. And then my mum sent me this and I couldn't stop laughing. Are you ready? You might have heard this, if not, but it is funny. So, let me just find it because I thought it was hilarious. Are you ready for this? Right, if you're on your own on Valentine's Day, like I am, so what? I've been enjoying it. Are you ready? This will make you laugh. Or if you just split up, you buy yourself some chocolates or flowers or whatever. Right. Roses are flowers. Pebbles are stones. Here's a big shout out to those on their own. Think yourself lucky and try not to sob. Look on the bright side. You're not with a knob. I thought that was hilarious. It's a huge occult lost ritual energy. Yes, it is today. Yes, it is. But maybe we could blast that with something else, some proper loving energy and not the lustful energy, because the real energy is love. And I'll show you this in a video in a bit that we're going to listen to in a bit. That I just came across before and thought, oh yeah, I've not seen this one that she did. Their side of that side is always lust. That's why they chuck things out there to do with everybody lusting after everybody. That's why they put porn out there, and that's why a lot of people get, obsessed with that and all that is lusting. We're not in lust, it's being in love. If you're in lust, you're never going to get anywhere with that in a relationship. It's in love, and people have been taken away from love. People don't know what love is today. They go around, they're getting in relationships or sleeping with whoever, they're not bothering, they're giving their energy away. They're not in love, they're just in lust. And that isn't real. And that's why it'll go from one relationship to the other, because it's not real. Hi, system failure, it's not real. A lot of people today, especially the young ones, they don't know what love is. They think it's when you're being bought something or materialistic things. If you can have a partner that can buy you everything, that isn't love. That is not love. So, anyway, did anyone hear the Ricky Gervais new video? Might just throw that out there. I think I put it out there the other day, but if you haven't seen it, are you ready? Let's play it again. Let's play it again, Sam. So, we've got this picture of Trumpster. If you can't have fun while saving the world, you're doing it wrong. Of course, you've got to have a bit of fun. Because that side doesn't know how to do it. Because they're a bit soulless and a bit funless, do you know what I mean? It's my grandson, wait, it's 2 years. Oh, happy birthday. Is it Wyatt? Oh, 2. That's cute. Thank you. 4-leaf clover. Right, this is Ricky Gervais on Twitter. So, I did show it the other day.
Inspired by the brave Natalie Portman and her embroidered Oscars dress. I ain't got a dress. So I've written it on my body. All the known Hollywood perverts who haven't been caught yet. He's a groper, but he paid him off. Pedo. He'll fucking stick it anywhere. This cunt is a complete nonce. Inspired by the brave.
I think one of them might have been Brad Pitt, I don't know. I was trying to look at the names, but it's all coming out in the end, dark to light and all that. I know what a bad angle for. I know he's not bothered. He don't care. Ricky's just like, I'll get in the bath and I'll just like. And Tapper's putting the stuff in chat. I'll just get in the bath and I'll just write these on my belly. He's doing a bit of an Isaac Cappy. You know what I'm saying? We talked about this the other day. We've got Corey Feldman talking about Corey Haim, who was. I really used to like Corey Haim, and one of my favourite films was Lost Boys. We know what went on there, and he's talking about that, so they're hoping that he's going to be safe. A lot of people are going to be talking out, especially in the celeb community, and also, who did we say the other day? I think they'll be heroes, because don't forget the Alliance, no, they're not going to get everybody. I think they will be kept safe. Who's the... I forgot the guy's name again. The guy out of Home Alone. Macaulay Culkin is trying to talk out about Michael Jackson, saying he never saw nothing. I never believed that anyway. It's the media using as scapegoats, because like I said the other day, they want everyone fighting. They want we the people fighting with each other. Like I said, there's people fighting on YouTube, oh yeah, this, that and the other. It's like, get a grip of yourself, because it's not us the people, just because you've got a different opinion to someone, like the shape of the earth, or this, that and the other. No, it's the controllers that we should be going after, not people, like real people. People need to get a grip of themselves. Also, talking about celebrities now, whether or not someone would say this person is bad or good or it's fake what they're saying, they just want to look good. It's not the point. Listen to the message. I'm just going to find it now. And don't forget, I've said this before, there's a lot of celebrities out there. Think of the elites and celebrities as if they've been brought up in a way that they thought it was normal, and we all think, Jesus, it's not, it's a bit satanic, or it's a bit this, or it's a bit mad, though. That's not right. If they've been brought up to think that, if they could be taught that it's not right, then can they have the chance to sort of rehabilitate themselves, if you know what I'm saying? I think some people can, and some people want to, but it's been a very controlled world, not just for controlling we the people, for also controlling even people who've been brought up in them sort of societies, if you get what I'm saying. Even if they did want to change, a lot of people know that they've not been able to. So I'll just wander around vacancies in Hull. So let me just find it. So that's all I'm saying. Yeah, exactly. I feel sad for them. They know no different. And that's what you've got to think of. It's not all hate, hate, hate. It's like, if you were brought up, well, I'm not saying it's all good, do you know what I mean? But you know what I'm trying to say? There are people that wanted to change, and even if they have done something bad, because listen to this guy, and it's like I said, don't go all off triggered. Oh, I don't think he's good. He did this in the past. Well, we've all done khaki. I don't mean the extent of what they've done, but you know what I mean? Life is about learning, yeah? It's about learning about your mistakes. If you make mistakes in the past, did you learn by it? Were you aware you were doing something because you repeat it again? It's basically, we came here to express ourselves with many different ways of expressing. That's why everyone can look different with different hair. It's not to a culture or to a this. That's all to divide everyone. Oh, it's this, it's that, let's stick a label on it. We came here to express, like I've said before, and somebody wonderful after that says it as well, and I've always said it. As long as you're not hurting anyone, killing anyone, doing anything awful, you should be able to express, you should be able to wear what you want, be what sex you want, so what? The only problem I've got with the other side of that other agenda that they put out is the fact that they're trying to push things all the time because there's an agenda underneath that agenda. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's not about that. Like I say, with people might get naffed off when I say this, the whole transgender thing. I'm not bothered about that. It's when people lie or they're coming out of it where it's getting younger and younger and younger with the kids forced on the children. Because we all know why it's forced on the children. Let's not get daft there. So that's the problem I have with it. Not the people who are, because I do believe there are people trapped in, but it's not that. And there's nobody should have the right to say, if you're religious, well, the Bible says, well, that's control as well, a lot of it. You should be able to express yourself whatever. Hey up, Martin. As long as you're not hurting anyone and pushing those, how would you call it, that on other people, especially children at a very young age that are they're just pure source when a child's young. They don't need to be put upon what you must be this, you must be that. Let them express themselves. You're not letting kids be kids at the end of the day. Yeah, and confusing everyone. Exactly. So I think is it this? Yeah. So if you haven't seen this, I can't remember what his name is. I can't even see it. Is it Jackin, whatever, Phoenix? At the Oscars, a lot of people have seen this, but I just want you to listen to it. So don't get triggered by, oh, hi Rachel, if he's good, if he's bad. Listen to what he's saying. Maybe what, well, he does say that actually, and he's changed. It doesn't matter. It's the message that people, not just elite celebrities, people need to take note as well. So let me just play this because I thought it was good personally.
And I do not feel elevated above any of my fellow nominees.
He doesn't feel elevated above any of his nominees, meaning, you know, all the actors and actresses there, because they all think they're above people. They especially think they're above normal people. I won't say normal people like us, the people, the real people. They clap themselves on the back, don't they? They pat themselves, like Ricky Gervais was saying. He's saying he doesn't feel that. We're all one. We're expressions. So, and my son said today, I nearly fell off my chair, his sort of stepmom, let's just call her Joanna. She's not called Joanna, but I said something today and he said, Mummy, you are Joanna and Joanna is you. And I went, what do you mean? He went, you are Joanna and Joanna is you. And I thought, how come my son is trying to say you are you and she is you and you are she? Meaning we are all one, because that's how I see it. You look into someone's eyes, it's you. God's in everything. The Creator's in everything, especially nature. So just listen to this.
God, I'm full of so much gratitude right now. And I do not feel elevated above any of my fellow nominees or anyone in this room because we share the same love, the love of film. And this form of expression has given me the most extraordinary life.
We're all a form of expression. I've said this before, the form of expression from Creator. We are expressing, I'm expressing the way I like to look, the way I like to create by my artwork, by however I express myself. People express themselves through music, through film, You know, there's nothing wrong with film and actors and stuff when they're being, you know, when it's not the stuff that's been going on. The true sort of expression in a beautiful way and in a good way, that God are they talking about is what I ask. Huh?
I don't know what I'd be without it. But I think the greatest gift that it's given me, and many of us in this room, is the opportunity to use our voice for the voiceless. I've been thinking a lot about some of the distressing issues that we are.
Because there's a lot of celebrities out there, like they're showing starving kids. They can do that. They have that much money, they can do it. So like I said, I'm not saying, oh, this person's good or bad, or they're just trying to look good. It's the actual message behind it that people can change if they choose to.
Facing collectively. And I think at times we feel, or we're made to feel, that we champion different causes. But for me, I see commonality. I think whether we're talking about gender inequality or racism or queer rights or indigenous rights or animal rights, we're talking about the fight against injustice. We're talking about the fight against the belief that one nation, one people, one race, one gender, or one species has the right to dominate, control, and use and exploit another with impunity. I think that we've become very disconnected from the natural world, and many of
Biggest thing he said there, like I said, I don't care what he is if it's just saying it because he wants people to follow, whatever. It's not about that 33 and 13 there. Nature. We've been disconnected from nature. Definitely, nature is the creator. Nature is God, because God's in everything, especially nature. I'm going to show you a book in a minute that shows you that there is a creator and you see it in nature all the time. So I'm just saying, just listen to it. You don't have to listen to it like, look at the person. It's just that it's true what he's saying anyway, even if he was putting it out there to look good. But I do believe there's people who want to change.
us, what we're guilty of is an egocentric worldview.
Egocentric.
The belief that we're the center of the universe. We go into the natural world and we plunder it for its resources. We feel entitled to artificially inseminate a cow, and when she gives birth, we steal her baby, even though her cries of anguish are unmistakable. And then we take her milk that's intended for our calf, and we put it in our coffee and our cereal. We fear the idea of personal change because we think that we have to sacrifice something to give something up. But human beings...
I'm really hoping on that side, Anne, because I just saw what you were saying, that with those things, I saw someone saying the other day, I think it was Elizabeth April, that there's some things now that may not work because if the frequencies are being changed in our bodies, some of the old control systems like that may not work. So I hope that's sort of true. I'd like to think of it like that. Yeah, mister.
At our best are so inventive and creative and ingenious. And I think that when we use love and compassion...
Thank you, sweet Cece. I'm glad I've just saw you say that, because I used to get... Obviously, I like the old witchy woo stuff and the pagan stuff because that is my side of things, as in nature. And I got a bit like, oh no, the Baphomet and all that. The Baphomet, they did try and put up, you know, saying Hillary Clinton and all that. But recently I thought the same thing. At the end of the day, Baphomet is half, you know, they say, oh, it's half this, half man, half woman. Well, yeah, because, sorry, I don't believe the creator is a man. We all say God as a man. I believe it's in balance, so it would be man. It would be God, goddess. Where's the goddess in God? Sorry. I see it more like the moon and the stars. The moon, the woman energy, the sun god. The stars are all the children. So in that sense, when people get triggered, don't get triggered when talking about the Baphomet, is at the end of the day, they take old symbols and twist them. You know, they twist them. So they would put it out there as if it was evil. But when you think of it, because the Baphomet is doing the as above, so below, there's nothing evil about as above, so below. As the heavens, as us down here, I see it as above, as the energies above and the energies below. There's nothing in that. There's nothing that scary actually in that statue to say, but they turn it because they try and say it's transgender, so then they want to chuck the transgender thing up. That's what it is. It doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean to be transgender. They want it to mean that sort of stuff in the way they want to pump it out. It doesn't mean that. It means high as above, so beloved. It means balance. Like I've said before, there's a few videos we'll be listening to. We know the divine feminine energy has been depressed. Women have been depressed. I think women were the ones before, and that'll go into a video in a bit that you'll hear. Some masculine energies don't like to hear that, but it's true. Why is everyone oh, it's a man, it's a god. Where's the goddess then? Where did men come from? Did you come from a woman giving birth? Yeah. But some men like to fight against the woman and suppress the woman. Yet you came from a woman. You came from a womb of a woman. So you should be treating a woman like a goddess. And then your goddess can treat you like a god, like a king and a queen. Why do people not... Do you know what I mean? That's how I see it. Just saying.
Passion as our guiding principles, we can create, develop, and implement systems of change that are beneficial to all sentient beings and to the environment.
All sentient beings and the environment, and us as well.
I've been a scoundrel in my life. I've been selfish. I've been cruel at times, hard to work with, and ungrateful. But so many of you in this room have given me a second chance. And I think that's when we're at our best, when we support each other, not when we cancel each other out for past mistakes, but when we help each other to grow, when we educate each other, when we guide each other towards redemption. That is the best of humanity.
Redemption, whatever you want to call it.
My brother wrote this lyric. When we support each other, not when we cancel each other out for past mistakes, but when we help each other to grow, when we educate each other, when we guide each other towards redemption. That is the best of humanity. When he was 17, my brother wrote this.
17. Cute. Just saying.
Lyric. He said, "Run to the rescue with love and peace will follow." Thank you.
Did you hear what he said? Listen to that again. Just that end piece. Oh, hang on.
Wrote this lyric. He said, "Run to the rescue with love and peace will follow."
Run to the rescue with love and peace will follow. Now, just like As Above, So Beloved said, I'm glad you are talking about this. Not all Hollywood people are evil. No, they're not. I've shouted this out a million times. People know that I've shouted this out. It's not all the government. It's not all the police. It's not all rich people. It's not all the Hollywood stars. It's not all this. It's not all that. It's been a lot of them. And a lot of them didn't know what they were getting into. But there's been a control system that's been over it. So it's been hard for them to talk out because we all know what happens. Red scarf around your neck, on a doorknob. Oh, somebody's just committed suicide. Oh, well, what it was they were too famous and they couldn't handle the fame. No, it wasn't. They were getting bunked off because they were either going to say something, like when Isaac Cappy was speaking out. All that stuff. We know how it goes. Them who've been delving deep know how the game goes. But because them control systems are being brought down, not that mainstream media want to tell you that, you're going to be hearing, I believe, a lot of people talking out, especially in Hollywood and wherever, celebrities from all over the world, they're going to say, he says on it, I haven't done good things in the past, but he wants to have a second chance to redemption. No one's perfect. We've all done things in the past that we learn by. It's about learning by things. I'm not saying we've done things to the extent they've done them to, you know what I'm saying? But, yeah, people need to have some compassion. They do, because they've separated us from that as well. And you need to think on a level. I used to hate them all. I used to be like, oh my God, bah. But then, hi Dave. But then I was like, do you know what? Think of yourself in that position that you were brought up, like I said before, in a family where everybody around you did that thing, that same thing. You would think it was normal until you met other people going, no, that's not really moral, or whatever it was. And you're like, oh, right, well. And there'll be some people in them families. Just because you're born into a family does not mean that you like those traditions or whatever of your family. So there are people in those high up elite families that may sort of go along with stuff, but they hate what they're doing and they're crying out for a change as well. They don't want it. That happened in the Kennedy family, if people research. I'm not saying all the Kennedy family were good. Hi, my Skies 5D, anyone else who's come in. Gangsters and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, JFK wanted a difference and JFK Jr. definitely did. So everyone always looks back on the past and what the family did before that. That doesn't mean that you're the same person or really want that. But like I said, if the control system has been in for centuries, which it has, or flipping millennia, I don't know. We don't all know properly. It'd be very hard to speak out. And some people probably did take their lives as well. That's not just in the celebrity realms, that's real people, because they felt so trapped that I can't speak out about this. I don't want to be a part of it. What else do I do? So think about it from a different perception sometimes. If it's not, yes, there are going to be people like, we're going to hear stuff and think, oh my God. But even if, they go to rehabilitation, they go to prison, whatever happens, I don't know, that, you know what I'm trying to say. You shouldn't think everybody, like all the people in the government are bad. It's not all the people in the government. Some people don't know. It's that triangle thing. The ones at the top, the controller knows. The ones at the bottom don't know, because then if they're ever asked anything or put on a lie detector test, they're not going to know. So, and then you get people in the middle that, yeah, they know. They're not really that bothered. They're doing it for money because they're not bothered. They're just greedy. So there's all them different levels of what people do or don't know or why they do it. And people trying to get out of that system. This system is breaking down Hollywood. You can see it. People are starting to talk about. To me, he doesn't sound like he's acting on that. That sounds like it's coming from the heart. But whether you believe it or not, it doesn't matter. It's the actual message in it, which is true. So just saying. So that was that. So like I said, he said, run to the rescue with love and peace will follow. Everything with love. If you do everything with love, if the world did everything with love, peace would follow. We wouldn't have wars. We wouldn't have people arguing. We wouldn't have this and we wouldn't have that, because God is love, creator is love, everything's love. If everyone was loving each other, not lusting, loving, it'd be a totally different place, wouldn't it? Totally different. So there's that one. Also, I've been watching it's on TV now, Thieves of the Wood on Netflix. If you don't want to hear about it, shut your ears. I've not got through it all, but basically it's a bit medievally like Robin Hood days. But what's good about it is they're going on about America and the elites and how they control everybody. And they like to keep all the people down and ill and dying and work. Does it sound a bit familiar? Work, but like in the medieval days. And this guy who's gambling, and he goes to this guy and he owes him money. And he went, no, I want all your money. You owe me this money. So you're gambling all that money and you've won it, but you're giving it me. But he went to keep the people asleep and to keep them a bit happy. Yeah, here's a bag of this. You never guess what it was? What was Bush bringing into America? Does anybody know Daddy Bush? What was he bringing into America? Because this was about America and why people wanted to go to America, the land of the free and all that. And they were like, yes, we'll go to America because they've got slaves over there, black slaves. That's what they were saying. And they were like, yes, and we'll enslave everyone. And they were like, well, we've got slaves here. We've got the people working. That's why when people are arguing over who was the first slaves and all that, we've all been enslaved. It's not just black people or these people in that group. We've all been enslaved, basically. Especially by the mind as well, these days. Oi, oi, where we go on, we go on. But does anybody know what Daddy Bush brought into America to bring America down? Opioids. Opioids. And it was big poppy heads, I think, that this guy was giving this guy in the middle, like the Robin Hood days. And I thought, it's all there. And guess what? I'm not saying any more, because go and watch it. It's good. It's a series. He's putting it out there. It shows you these elites all running around with a new game that they've got. Yeah. And the game is, the guy goes, the new game is, are you ready for this? Now, if you've been doing digging and you know about the elites and the satanical stuff, they wear like the Rothschilds and that, they wear like stag heads and all that and masks and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Well, what happens is they go, we've got a new game. It's called Hunt the Fawn. Guess what guess what the fawns are, you know, like a deer, a baby deer or whatever it is. Guess what the fawns are? Guess what they're hunting? Because the hunted are getting hunted now, I tell you, the hunters are getting hunted. Opium, no way. Yeah, opium, the Bush family, Daddy Bush was bringing opioids into America. That's how they got everyone on drugs and bringing America down. Splitting up the families, because that's the biggest thing. You split up the families and people are on their own. Oh, yeah, you know what I'm saying. Yeah, they were hunting humans, but they were hunting girls from an orphanage. Does that sound familiar? Haiti, child trafficking, yeah. So the parents are dead, so they take the kids and say they're taking them to an orphanage when they're not. They're using them for other devices. So they say, oh, they're orphans. And what you do is, you can, and they all got like a pig's head on, a mask on, is they let the kids run out. And if you don't know the Black Forest, that, I think it was Rothschilds or whatever, sold off, they were actually hunting children. They weren't hunting animals. And if you don't know that, yeah, that's why I say go down the rabbit holes, but make sure you come up. This is why we stand up in the light. They let these young girls go out in the forest and they hunt them, and it's do what thy will with these girls, rape them, kill them, do whatever you want. That's what they're allowed to do. So just saying, that's all in that series. You don't actually see that, but I'm saying people will look at that like, oh, it's only a film. Oh, did that used to happen in them days? It never stopped. Fact, it never stopped. It's not just medieval. It never stopped. Never stopped. This is what that side do. Yes, they are. They are. Evil bastards, Martin, they are. So just saying, if you've done your research, you'll know about that. But like I say, you go down that rabbit hole, make sure you bloody come out of it, otherwise you'll have a few issues. It still continues. Yeah, well, it's getting stopped because, you know, they're going after that and they're draining the swamp, all the swamps to do with all that. Like activations comes from behind the sun. Yes, someone talk about the sun today. A lot of us know, and I think it's true, that the sun is some sort of portal, bringing energies, and that's why I think that's why I think they chemtrail the sky past, you know, in the sun, especially in the UK, you know, it's always like a muggy cloud in front of the sun, you know, not blazing hot sun, because we get all our energy from there as well, like a plant, we're photosynthesis, whatever you call it. So just saying, what else have I been watching? Yeah, I watched the October Fraction, and like I said, that's called, the one I'm talking about is called Thieves of the Wood. So it's a bit Robin Hood-ified, but you see all the stuff to do with America and how they enslaved us all and kept the people down while they got fat and rich and got all, you know, the railway tracks put in, and they just wanted everyone just work, you know, like we still are now. Hi, Dolly, another beautiful light beings. Hi, critical thinker. I heard the royal have lost the throne because of the... Yeah, I think the Queen lost a throne ages ago. It's just that the mainstream media have to play it how they play it. She didn't wear a crown at two of the... I think it was the House of Commons that she normally does. They're falling. The monarchy's falling, whether people believe it or not. It's just, you know, the media will just play it how they want to play it. Play it how they want to play it. Anyway, what else was there? So I've been watching that. I swear to God, go and check it out on Netflix. Thieves of the Wood. You'll like it because you'll just sit there going, oh yeah, remember? Everyone thinks it's a film, but no, it's been going on. The other one I'd like to say is Cosmic Energy. If you're into this, you're into it. If you're not, it doesn't matter. But the last one she did, I'll have a chat in a bit. Yeah, definitely. Is... The reason why I like what she was saying was... Hi, silly. Cosmic Agency. Sfaru. I like a bit of Cosmic Agency. Everyone's just trying to work everything out. She was talking about... I think, was it this one? Was it the Ascension one? Was it the Ascension one, Tapper? Let me have a look. Yeah.
You must live it as if it had already wanted. I desire it.
Right, if you're into the Ascension thing, this is about Ascension energies. This is how I sort of see it, not going somewhere. In your head you are. It's a consciousness. So just let's listen to a bit of it. And then those who want to go and check it out themselves, you can on Cosmic Age. If you resonate with it, you resonate. If you don't, you don't. It's all good. It's all good, you know. It's all good.
But how do I build that timeline? How do
Timelines.
And here it is. Okay? At the end, I'm going to include a few more points for myself. Enjoy the video. Sparuk, I have this comment and question from a subscriber. I know that time does not exist. I really know it and I believe it. I know that there is life beyond Earth and infinite galaxies. I know that I am out there. But I want to live liberation of the Earth.
Yeah, I know about Project Looking Glass because obviously I follow Q, so I know about that. I've known about it for a very long time. I have actually talked about it, Robin, on here. I've talked about it a couple of times, Project Looking Glass. Yep. Oh, yes, I know about that. Because if you look into Q, I mean, you know, it's no coincidence with loads of things back in the past and this, that and forth and all that. If you haven't looked at Project Looking Glass, people need to look into it. I have talked about it, timelines, time machines, because I go on about... I know I don't think it's crazy because I've talked about Nikola Tesla. If you know what Nikola Tesla was looking into, 369, energy, frequency and sound, and the machines he made and stuff like that, and it all goes back to Donald Trump's uncle, who I've talked about that before, so I'm not going to go into it right now. I have done that talk, I don't know how many times.
And not waiting to die in this body. But there is no frame of reference for such an event. I want it. I desire it. But how do I build that timeline? How do I build
Yeah, we
that
would,
future?
exactly.
How do I build that intention to generate the frequency that will match the ascension?
So what she's saying is, she's asking where she gets her answers from. I'm not going into the channel because you can find out about that with your resonate. If you want to get on a timeline of the ascension, this is what she's saying.
You must live it as if it had already occurred. That is how it...
Like I'm always saying, we're winning. We've won. We're winning. Heaven's here. Act positive. Yeah, there's still shitty things that go on, but you've got to be on that frequency. You've got to be feeling it. That's why when Red Pill Phil was doing a interview on me and said, how can you still be like that? I said, because I know it's there. I know it's coming and all that timeline's there. I know we're getting on it. I don't refuse to think of anything else. So, because I want at that frequency, I am on. So, alchemy, baby, we're on it. Bring it in, feel it. It's here now.
Occurs. It is not something that will happen to you. It is and must be something that you do for yourself. Everything is frequencies.
Yeah.
And frequencies are the result of mental perception.
Mental perception.
You want to know how...
This is what I've said to people, it's your perception of everything. I can still look at what's going on. I've said before, people will go, yeah, but you're looking at that, you know it's for yourself. No, you've got to be aware. It doesn't affect me though. I'm quite happy. I don't mean with what's going on. I just mean I can see a future timeline of brilliant for our kids' futures. It's all about the now, bringing it in now, but I can see that. So I feel that I try to live that. I feel it inside me. When I'm going out and about and I hear people talking about shitty stuff on the bus and this, that and the other, I'm just sat there thinking, I'm not even thinking about what they're thinking. But I have heard a lot of people talking about different things, which I'll go into in a minute. And I'm just like, yeah, frequency have proven to cure leukemia. Well, I have talked about Joe Dispenza on YouTube. And if you go and watch Joe Dispenza's channel about how to work on yourself and heal yourself from within with your mind and heart and mind coherence, you can heal yourself. They don't want you to know that. You need to start speaking to yourself, your cells in your body, blah, blah, blah. You can get the books. I've got the books to that. One of them's actually down here. Hang on a minute. There's one called We Are the Placebo, and then there's this one, when people get triggered by the symbol. It's a healing symbol, people. Like I said, they take our symbols and they switch them. Becoming supernatural. Some people think that's scary. It's not. You are supernatural. Now, supernatural, everyone thinks, oh, what ghosts and all that. Think of the word supernatural. We've all got superpowers and it's all natural. You know, just saying. How common people are doing the uncommon, because we're not told about it. What would it mean to become supernatural? What if you could train your brain to tune into frequencies beyond your material world? This is the 3D material world. Oh, you're a Pisces here. I'm a Pisces too. This is the material world. The spiritual, if you want to say spiritual, we have to put a label on something. That's not part of the material. But we're in a very materialistic world, and that's not really real. That's what some people call the matrix. Change your brain circuitry, I can't say it, and chemistry to access transcendent levels of awareness, because that's what it's all about, and transform your very biologically to enable profound healing. This is, I'm just saying, blah, 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 blah. In the pages, you'll explore how to free yourself from the past by reconditioning your body to a new mind, and how to shift your awareness, because that's what it's all about, consciousness, awareness into the quantum field. Of infinite possibilities, using tools and practices ranging from a state of the art brain imagination is everything. That's why they try and take you away from it. Creativeness, because that's what we are, creators. Imagining to exercises such as walking, meditation, go out in nature, and a technique to strengthen your immune system by thoughts alone. This book is brilliant. This book is by Joe Dispenza. You can get it on eBay or whatever. So if you're thinking you want to try and heal yourself, you've got to believe it when you do it. Get this book, and I'm sure it'll help you. Joe Dispenza is out there. It's got a lot of people, recommendations. A lot of people sit there and go, yeah, he's just like this and he's just like that. It's not all people. It's not all people trying to scam people. So people, please get over it. Get the book and try it yourself. You're going to lose out. Are you going to lose anything? No. If it works, it works. What are you going to lose out on? So swimming like a fish, yeah. Dolly, do you feel these energies days before? Well, yesterday I had a ringing in the left ear. Today I had this tingling on my head. So I do feel them. I had a really I was like, okay. I don't think nothing about them though. I'm just like, yep. So let's just listen to Sferu.
Fake it until you make it. You must live in that state of mind. You must not wait for something to happen. You must roll up your sleeves and get to it. Study. Be the change, doing every little detail that you feel would make a difference. There are no small details. Small things are only small from the human perception and scale of relevance, importance, not for a cosmic scale. Life is hard and life is terrible and life is cruel. But you people are even tougher, stronger than you ever imagined. You are not victims, but you will always go back to say that. The priest was mean to me when I was little, and that's why I this and that. One of the biggest bullshit stories you have been told by all those New Agers is that this ascension thing is happening to you.
See, she said all this New Age bullshit thing. See that there's it was just spiritual, then it came to New Age, but there's a lot of people out there who are pumping crap out, do you know what I mean? And people follow it. So you still got to be careful. It doesn't mean because someone's spiritual New Age that it's all truth of what they're saying, because they got in there as well. So
must be it. The positronic energies hitting Earth do exist. Those energies are frequencies coming from other consciousnesses, interacting and combining with yours. This is the famous energy flux positronic storm coming from the center of the galaxy. But people must flow with those energies, not resist them. And they are resistant.
I was saying the other day, don't resist them. People want to resist them. I was saying this the other day, so that's why when I listened to this today, I thought, yeah, it's matching up with what I said the other day. I've sort of been putting this out. I'm a Pisces, the 20th of Feb.
Them clinging to their old mentality. No change will come like that.
See, no change will come when you're clinging onto your old mentality. I've been talking about this for months and months. You've got to let go. Life is happening for you, not to you. If you're hanging on to old ways, old systems and all that, then how are you gonna have change if you're not willing to change, to go into different change with stuff?
They will stay in their old paradigm and mentality. Some people call it sunstorms. Is that what the positronic storm is?
That's why where we go when we go out, I drink distilled water, pineal gland. Someone mentioned pineal gland at college today. I'll tell you that in a bit.
It is a high energy wave that emanates from the center of the galaxy and is produced by the combined interactions of all the stars and planets in that region.
Personally, this is why I think NASA don't show us properly what, whatever you want to say, planets and all that really look like, because I think you'd see all the energies. We know what stars look like, and if you don't, I'm going to show you a video of John Thor's in a minute, because they don't want you to see all this stuff going on, because it affects us as well.
It is of a very high frequency. It is a storm in space, and it hits Earth some 2 or 3 times a month. It is felt as spikes in the Earth's magnetic field, and it raises the Schumann resonance a lot. Although it falls again, it does not fall all the way down to the former reading, so it climbs a little each time. It is felt in space as a real physical storm, to the point that when it comes on strong, you must close the shutter.
Well, there's a lot of things going on, Dave, this month, because it is the 11 is like this month as well, because it's the twos, and twos are like awakening. It's the second month is to do with the twos. It's supposed to be apparently the 22nd of the 2nd of February 2020. I also said it could be 20, my birthday 20. There's still a 2, but the double 2, so it's that massive big thing, 2020. The 22nd of the 2nd, 2020. So that's all good, and that's nearly here, so yep. Oh.
When it comes on strong, you must close the shutters on your ships and brace for impact. It hits the ships here like a storm in the sea would hit the sea ship. Yes, there is weather in space. The shields are up to the max, and you can hear how the particles hit the hull like millions of pieces of hail on a brass roof.
And then they talk about spaceships, and a lot of people don't know that we're all on maritime law, not land law. So we're on sea law. And some people say Earth is just one big spaceship. Do you know what I mean? So.
The structure of the ship is also heard complaining about the additional stress. It does disturb muon transmissions and comm connections too. What triggers it? It is part of the
I'm Year of the Snake.
very dynamics that make up matter in
Yeah,
this
it's Cosmic
universe.
Agency.
It's an energy wave in the ether. The sun sends positrons to the earth.
Well, if you think about it, yeah, maritime law, we go, we're riding the wave, or,
And this raises the Schumann resonance. The center of the galaxy emits shock waves that are positively charged particles. They are very high frequency, above
Paul.
10,000 terahertz, when the Schumann frequency of the Earth is about 16 hertz. But since it is mostly in other planes, it only hits Earth on a small. About the positronic.
But go and check that out because it's a long one. I just saw Dave say, has anyone been rocking? I was rocking a few weeks ago, that shaky thing where you think, oh my God, like what's going on? Another little quick video, because I'm not on for that long, she says, is Magenta Pixie. Now I like this again. We all know I like to shout out the Magenta Pixie. It was Magenta was talking about, I can't remember what she was talking about now. Magenta Pixie. Lumeria. Now, I just went over and watched this, I think it was yesterday, because Lumeria, it just made me laugh because that's why I was saying Lumeria the other day and I was getting blue orbs in. Energy, whatever it is. And it made me think back to the film Valerian, because she talks about Mew. And Mew was in the film Valerian, and that was the picture that I drew. And then months after, I found out it was the same picture I was drawing of the being. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I will get the book. And people can vouch for me in here that before I watched Valerian, never even heard of the film, last year, whenever it was, I drew this picture. And then months after, or so many weeks after, I found the film Valerian. And I was like, oh my God, it's like the beings at the beginning, who were like Lemurian, or whatever they were, Atlantis, or whatever they were supposed to be. And this is blue. And they did have this sort of shiny skin, especially on the eyebrows here. And they did communicate they talked, but they did tap the pineal gland a lot, the third eye. And she did actually send energy out like this, a form of energy that just went. And when I saw the film, I nearly fell off my chair and spat my tea out because I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. I think Dave will remember when I did that, and I was like, oh my God. So I went and listened to this. Magenta Pixie.
You hate your job and you think a new one with more money or even a complete career change.
Dear Pixie, you asked us, can you tell me more about the people of Lemuria? Is it true that they had blue skin and were known as the...
And I don't know if anyone remembers, I used to draw a lot of my ladies with blue skin, and the funny thing is, this painting I did ages ago, I don't know if you remember, it started off with a blue face until I painted over it. It started off with blue hair, and then I made it into purple hair. She did have blue hair, and there's a few pictures I have done where they've had blue faces. So I'm just trying to think. Or I've had like this going on where I've had blue in the... I did this before my orbs I started seeing orbs, and then I did this before I started seeing orbs. So I was like, things going on. And I've had blue orbs and stuff like that. So yes, it's all very, very interesting. So let's just listen to a bit of this.
blue people? In the earlier manifestations of the peoples that became...
I'm glad you've just said that, Martin, because I was talking about green tea today at college, and I went to my cupboard to get a green tea out, and I've got this like green tea with something I don't like it. I'm looking for a mushroom green tea, but green tea is very good for you, and I need to drink more of it.
Lemurian race, there were other time periods and civilizations, if you will. These peoples existed in an out-of-time state. They did not experience linear time. They still exist in your today, if you will. In this state, they were what you may know as etheric, existing within the light body or rainbow body of crystalline light. They could...
Rainbow body, that's why I was shouting out yesterday when I got the blue orbs in. I've had a rainbow orb. I think of the Hopi prophecies and stuff like that.
hold consciousness as an energy matrix, pure awareness within an individualized separation with awareness of unity, as opposed to omnipresence experienced as unity.
And yes, as above, so beloved, where have you gone? I've seen the blue ones, they are beautiful. Yeah, they are beautiful. And you just said something else about we are already telepathically connecting to. Yes, we are. Those powers are coming back.
They could hold body awareness or matrix awareness without body at will. They were able to choose how to experience their existence, depending on tasks, goals, and experiences they needed to experience,
Can you hear it when I just have it down here?
as well as being energy holders, if you will, that created worlds, weather patterns, stars, and space domains simply through thought creation. They were what your peoples of today may call advanced extraterrestrials, or even gods. Yet in truth, they were pre-physical humanity. They were not non-physical.
They were not non-physical. Do you remember I said ages ago, when people go on about the Bible and the fallen angels, I've always said it's an anagram or whatever the word is, whatever it is. Sorry, my fringe is just coming out. It's, to me personally, we fell from consciousness. We got distracted, I've always said, by shiny objects like magpies. We fell from consciousness. Fallen angels, maybe. We fell from consciousness. We fell from grace. Whatever you want to, you can look at it in a totally different way. But I've always said that. I think I drew it out. We fell.
Beings in the sense of the spirit essence or energy matrix that has left a physical body and is cycling within a reincarnational wheel back into physicality. They were pre-physicality in the sense that they were, in all intents and purposes, blueprints for the physical beings that they would become. You ask if they were known as blue people. Indeed, some have known them as such, yet this would be a generalized and linear terminology to explain these people.
Linear terminology. And I just saw Martin saying something then about the moon, the full moon, it's intensified. I think people go on, they think the moon's dark and it's for the elites and it's for the satanical stuff. If we weren't using it, some of us do, and they've been using it to turn things bad because the moon's very powerful, I believe. It's like the sun is, but also the moon is, because that's the dark night sort of energy, and then you've got the day energy. If we're beginning to tap into it, or people, in a good way, it will, to me personally, I think it intensifies it in a good way, and we can use it for the good because they've been collecting all this energy from us, our source, our essence, our energies we pump out of fear and all this that they put you in, all the sort of different forms of energy they will harvest. Well, we're taking it back.
They were more akin to rainbow people, if you will, than blue people.
I did, Dave, I did.
As they helped.
This is why I liked what she said, because a lot of what Magenta Pixie says in here, I have been saying. Obviously, she's better at putting it across, but I have been saying it's the terminology of things and the way things in history were drawn, and people look at it from a different perception and go, oh, it means people. No, they were drawing people, but they were bodies of celestial bodies, or fallen angels. Personally, I could change my mind, or I might see things in the future. That's fine, because I can go with the flow and change. I don't get stuck in things. I personally see it as we fell from consciousness. We fell from a loving consciousness. We got greedy and wanted to be in the material world. We fell into the 3D material crap and forgot about our supernatural powers, our oneness, our connection that we all still have. It's not been severed. It can't be severed. We are the creator. We're expressions of the creator. It hasn't been severed. We just forgot because we fell asleep, basically. So when she said this, I was like, yep, Magenta Pixie, totally on it. That's why I love Magenta Pixie, because I'll think she says the same thing, but better than I can say it. But I just resonate with it. It's all right if you don't. It's okay. but I do.
The non-physical pre-matter blueprint as it descended into matter, as they descended into matter.
Yeah, 4-leaf-12
They
you do.
held etheric genetic codices for human life form types and races within their etheric makeup. They held the gemstone.
Yes, Effie, you've just put Martin. I think the journey we're all in is to realign, connect with oneself. It is. That's what I've been saying. Get in line, in alignment. Chakras in, chakras above in the cosmos. Chakras in our body. Someone else says something a minute that I said months ago, and I'm quite glad they've said it. We have chakras on Earth. Different continents are different earthly chakras. I've said it before. Someone said it today, and I was like, yes. Someone else has said it, so I've got a fringe because I took some dreads out. It's took me 3 hours to take 3 dreads out. I'm taking the front bit out so I can have a fringe because I think it looks nicer. Just if you're wondering where did that fringe come from, it took me ages.
And diamond light glows, if you will, light codes, holding crystalline silicate matrix patterning for amethyst, ruby, blue sapphire, emerald, aquamarine, diamond, and many more. These codices held frequency. This frequency is translated into musical note and thus simultaneously colour tone. As these rainbow gemstone codices,
Musical notes and coloured tones. I'm thinking orbs, energy, tones, healing energy, codes. It's getting in stronger and stronger. You know what I mean? Anyone on my wavelength?
moved into physical template manifestations, then all harmonies presented as unique and different flavours and varieties of life forms moved into physical world experience.
Came into a physical world experience. Headbands are from eBay. I will let you know because I'm going to do a little chat on my headbands because I've got a few for people who, the women who like the headbands.
This was the beginnings of the Lemurian races we speak of within a 5th dimensional landscape. These vibrational frequencies translated as colour began.
No, it shouldn't say what's hoeing on. It should say going. I'll change it after. Sometimes I'm just typing, it goes on. You know what I'm like.
The early templates for crystals, rocks, trees, flowers, rivers, streams, mountains, fish, birds, animals, and people. The earliest Lemurians, as more physical template beings rather than etheric, therefore had adornments around them of all colours. The adornments were physical representations of the various descending light body stages. You know these as garments, celestial robes, or coats of many colours. Some may know this as the aura or auric.
Aura, the rainbow, the 7 rainbows, the rainbow rays. Rays, that's why I was saying yesterday, rays, and a lot of energy was coming in with the orbs. I've had different colours. Think of chakras. 7 rays, 7 chakras, 7 colours.
Fields. Yet what we can say to you is these were etheric, non-physical matrices becoming physical. Eventually, the physical bodies of the descending Lemurian peoples became comprised of organic matter that we may call brain, blood, skin, and bone. These, like the simultaneously descending mushrooms and their spores, were original housing, if you will, for etheric DNA sequences and threads of genetic pre-blueprint codices. They were, to your physical 3rd dimensional eyes, glowing neon luminescent rainbow bodies becoming physical. They presented in all colours, if you will, and indeed some of these beings moved into physical organic bodies holding the colour you know as blue. These colours were vibrational fields.
Do you remember, like, is it Indian culture, they have Shiva and all them who are blue? Blue. Could be getting the thing wrong, but blue. They look blue.
They were not
Hi,
seen as
Mary.
different colours to the Lemurian peoples. They were still at this time unified within a harmonious law of one collective consciousness. As they descended into physicality and became individualized, they began to favor different specific vibrational frequencies depending on the chosen life pathway they wished to experience. Saying that they were each different colours within or upon the skins of their physical bodies is, in actuality, a third-dimensional and linear interpretation. However, from that perspective, it is an accurate one. For the more dense they became as they descended into matter and physicality, the more pronounced the individualized differences would become regarding their appearances to one another.
I did think that. That's why I thought the whole thing with Tiffany Blue and JFK Jr. and the blue. And then I was just looking at this book as in the blue mind, as in water. How water makes you happier, more connected. Water's massively more than people know. Some people think we came from the sea. That's why they talk about Atlantis and stuff like that. Blue's very calming. But yes, I did think Tiffany Blue of obviously with the old people say Starseed thing going on with the old JFK Jr. Tiffany Blue coat. So yeah, was thinking that at the same time. Tiffany Blue thing going on. So yeah.
One could indeed say they took on the hue of all the colours of the rainbow.
The hue, human, hues of colour, light spectrum, from the very dark skin tones to the very light white humans, hues of colour and tone, human. Yeah, and Trump did say watch the water, exactly.
Eventually, as they became fourth and then third dimensional, their skin tones began to move more into the skin tones you have amongst your peoples of today. And they lost the blue, the green, and the golden sheen and glow of the manifested organic self as representation of Rainbow Warrior Code, pre-matter blueprint.
Rainbow Warrior Code makes me think of the Hopi prophecies. The Rainbow Tribe will return, like when we need them to, when the world thinks it's ending or what, or something like that. I can't remember what the thing is, but the Rainbow Tribe. That's us, innit? Organic, self-organic, intelligent, exactly. So,
energy frequencies. Yet they did not lose the genetic codices for that which we refer to as gemstone and diamond light. As one moves back into an ascending experience, then one regains the coat of many colours or rainbow garment that we speak of.
When we start ascending again, because we descended, when we fell from grace, when we fell from the heavens, when we fell from consciousness, whatever frigging word you want to use, because they're all the same to me, when we ascend, we put on our many colours on again because we're lifting up with those, exactly what she's just saying there.
And the peoples, as they collectively ascend, move back into the etheric state. Yet this time,
etheric state, heaven on earth, consciousness, Christ consciousness, whatever you want to call it.
Retaining the accumulated knowledge of cycles within cycles within cycles over millennia upon millennia. This is known as royal harvest, or indeed...
We are the ones we've been waiting for. Royal harvest. So we were going about royal. It's like I said with that picture again, where is it with the old people freaking out because they think it's a Mason sign. Oh, they use it, yeah. Royal sign with the crown up there, your crown chakra. enlightenment, going back to awareness, going back to love. It's like, come on, people.
The Great Return, or the Great Return to the Father. This is Ascension.
And the mother.
So you ask us of the blue people. Indeed, there were those in Lemurian times one could describe as such. Yet for one to truly understand what this means, it is most best for your expansion and awareness, and thus your accumulated knowledge, to see the deeper truth to this. For as we have said, this was not just a race of humans with blue skin. This was a chosen vibrational frequency for descending.
Yeah, purple will be in the codes because red and blue is purple, masculine and feminine, right brain, right brain, left brain. That's why it's purple. It's both those masculine and feminine energies together, merged in balance, make purple.
Humanity, who presented as different colour hues and tones as they moved into those very first physical bodies upon Earth. You asked us, is it true that these blue people were eliminated over time by slaughter and breeding with other races upon this world? Again, this is a third-dimensional and linear interpretation of multiple events and convergences.
That word interpretation is how you interpret something. If you saw something, like I said the other day, would you draw it? Would interpretations of things?
As experiences that occurred over thousands and thousands of years. The blue people themselves were not eliminated. They simply descended into physicality and lost the active genetic coding for blue skin. There was infighting and war, but this came much, much later within the devolution of humanity into third density. This occurred moving into that which we may call the Atlantean Age rather than Lemurian Age. The Lemurian peoples were gentle and loving, with highly developed heart chakra energy systems.
Which, if you watch the film Valerian, you see a lot of this in there. And there is a planet called Q or something, but there is Mu in there. If you actually watch that film again, it's really good. It says a lot in that film, Valerian.
They simply did not comprehend war or battle, for they were a unified species living under the auspices of the law of one.
Yeah, like Tapper says, Avatar, that's one of my favourite films, blue beings. They weren't all warlike until it came to them. You know, and who were the people? You know, wanting to destroy everything, but they were blue. And they were very, like, indigenous looking and all that stuff. The AOR tree is the tree of life. Everything was connected, the animals and everything, the earth. When the fight came at the end, they were all connected, just like I said in Lord of the Rings. You know, you had many races of elves and this, that and that. Sometimes they fought against each other. But when the evil came, they all got together and they all connected and they all worked in unity to fight the evil.
Later times, these peoples evolved, or should we say devolved, into more and more density, as the earth densified, as was the original plan, despite indeed
Yeah, and that I See You song's brilliant. That I See You is when you look in someone else's eyes, I see you in me and you. I see you in my... I can't even remember the song, but that's because we are all from source, so I'm looking at you, you're looking at me.
And hijacking, as we have previously discussed in earlier transmissions. As the Lemurian people...
Oh, thanks, Dave. Bless you. Yeah, we are one.
Into the newly developed Atlantean society, along with visitors, shall we say, from other worlds, time periods, and planetary systems, they continued in their devolution. Breeding with other races became part of this as they began to sow.
But anyway, go and watch that because it's a bit longer than that, because there's something else I want to show you before I go. That explains why I love you all so much. Oh, thank you for all these clover. That's what I was saying. Remember we said soul fam the other day? Some cards came out today. I'm going to show you them at this lovely new box set I've got for my birthday. But I've been using them. Work Your Light, because I just thought it was very going with the times at the minute. So there's one more video I just want to listen to a little bit of, and then I'll show you that in a book, and then I'm going to go. So, what was the other bit of blah, blah, blah? Blah, 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 blah. The Thieves of the Wood. What was the other one? Oh, yeah. The other bit I want to say is, now, I have talked about, a lot of people will know about Sarah Adams, who was the girlfriend of Max Spears. I always say it wrong. Super Soldier. If you know about that story, great. If you don't, whatever. Even if you believe it or not, whatever. I always resonated with Avatar and wanted to be a blue avatar. So, now, I've seen a lot of the videos, but I haven't seen this one. And even though I think it might have been 2017, I'm not sure. It's still, what she was saying to me is just very so like, yes. So we're just going to listen to a bit of it. It was the More Show, and it's a conversation with Sarah Adams. So let me find it.
So, you hate your job, and you think a new one with more money.
And it's called
Travel together.
A Conversation with Sarah Adams, Intuitive Healing. I have seen a lot of her stuff, but I haven't seen this one, so just let me...
Long story, I was trying, and I needed to leave France. I couldn't stay there for specific reasons. I mean, I have the French nationality.
Just let me find the bit I like.
And I'm dual nationality. Because people they've lost, with everything that's went on. They've lost their confidence. They've lost,
Just listen to this a minute.
It's sad. And that's because people, they always have to put somebody under them so that they feel better about themselves, because
Oh yeah, he's talking about...
it doesn't matter if it's the world's worst dictator. He's obviously trying on some level.
Issues, yeah. One interesting thing I learned on my journey, well, I didn't learn, but I heard, and it feels right, is that women were once the power.
Women were once the power. Should we just listen to this? Because I loved it. Oh, aye. Like I said, where did you come from, men? Listen to this. Listen to this.
Numbers and labels, when there are nothing as of such for the divine, when it goes to those levels. We're allowed to have labels and stuff here. But when you go to higher levels, there's really nothing like that.
We have labels here in the 3D. A lot of us know that everyone wants to stick labels on. She's saying as we go higher, we don't have labels. You wouldn't have a label because we are all one. We are all the same. But I love what she says here.
There's feelings. What you feel.
We humans like numbers and facts and figures, don't we?
Yes.
Yeah.
Organization somewhat.
Organizations, yeah. One interesting thing I learned on my journey, well, I didn't learn, but I heard, and it feels right, is that women were once the power. Women were once in charge.
I actually have a good joke about that, but I'll pass.
Women were once in power. Women were once in charge. Maybe way back when, not men, because it's been a very man-made world from whenever. Would make more sense because the nurturing side of it and how they've suppressed women over time with the witch burnings, women anyway, but women in the Middle East, suppression. So it makes you think, yeah, why so much suppression? Why? Rising now.
But does that resonate?
Men are quite interesting. They talk all this crap about women, but they spend their lives trying to get close to women. Back where they came from.
Isn't that true?
Isn't that true?
Yeah.
Men, there's some men out there, we're not talking about the men in chat, that go against women, want to be arguing against them. I've had it on here, I've had foul language off people on here, just trolling and everything, and people get it in different ways, and they forget. But they're always trying to get back to women, aren't they? Be with women. You came from a woman, why are you fighting with women?
Doesn't matter if it's the world's worst dictator.
And it feels right.
Listen to that
Is
again.
that women were once the power. Women were once in charge.
I actually have a good joke about that, but I'll
Exactly, women give life.
pass.
But does that resonate with
Men
you?
are quite interesting. They talk all this crap about women, but they spend their lives trying to get close to women. Like back where they came from.
Isn't that true?
Isn't that true?
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew someone was going to say that. It does take both to produce, and I'm not going against men, but women give birth. They give the life. I know exactly what you're saying, but I'm not talking about that. It's how women have been suppressed when men out there who want to go against women, they're abusive to women, they're this, that and the other. Yeah, they come from a woman, they're birthed from a woman.
Doesn't matter if it's the world's worst dictator. He's obviously trying on some level. The divine feminine was suppressed. So I'd say with male and female, there's
The divine feminine was suppressed. Fact. It's coming back to being balanced, as I keep harping on about. It has to be. It's been too man-made, too masculine energy. Needs a bit of nurturing and love.
equal balance. It's ridiculous, the wars going on of everybody fighting over, whether the whole, that suppression of women
I know,
or
yeah,
that
I know.
women should have a voice or so on. It's just ridiculous. The women, the wars I see just even going on social media between men and women.
See?
It's just ridiculous.
She's talking about the wars going on between men and women on social media. I know that because I've had it on here. Roxanne's had it on here. The most crap we've had off, I'm not talking about men in chat, are men, especially narcissistic, going against women all the time. I don't know if it's because some women are talking about stuff and men are getting like, their ego. How dare you know more than me? I'm a big I am because I'm a man and you're only a little woman. Pardon? You came from a woman. It's about balance. You ain't no better than me because you're a man, and I ain't no better than you because I'm a woman. Everybody's equal. So those people out there, need to start getting a grip because most of them have been men. That fight against is absolutely ridiculous. There are women that are going against men as well, but I'm just saying on my side, that's what I've had. The most foul language and silly comments, trolling and everything. Stupid cut up videos, as some of us know, from men. What are you fighting against us for? We're not the elites, we're not the ones in control. Yes, there are people on platforms pretending to be sort of normal people. We all know that, but don't get paranoid about everybody. Just saying.
It's sad. And that's because people, they always have to put somebody under them so that they feel better about
They
themselves.
always have to put someone under them because that's what narcissists do, to make them feel better and higher. I know, I think a lot of men do it. There are women that do it to men, but I'm just saying, a lot of men do it because they've got big egos and they think it makes them feel very powerful, especially if they think women are weak. Women aren't weak. We're a lot stronger than men think.
Because if you felt good about yourself, you won't put anybody under you.
Yeah. Well, and you see that is your own reflection.
Exactly.
And she's saying here about energies, like I've said, you wouldn't put anyone under you. I don't put people under me. People might say, oh, yeah, sometimes you don't like it if someone's like, no, I don't like people's energy and I choose not to have that energy. And that's why when men have come into my chat, trolls, moaning about, I can't comment and why won't you let me speak? I don't like your energy, therefore I'm chucking you out. Like I said the other day, there's a guy in America that he's got a small channel of free subscribers. Not that that's to do with anything. I keep deleting him because he's just coming with a negative, nasty vibe. And the vibration I'm getting off is not nice. And this person keeps going, making a new account just to come in to say something. Why? I don't like your energy. If I don't like your energy, you're going. It's not, I might not like the person. Like she says here, she explains it very well. I don't like your energy. Don't have to be around it. Don't have to entertain it at all. So when people say it's not always because you don't like the person, it's just the energy of that person isn't vibrating with you. So she says it here.
Yeah. I only say that
But
because...
some reflections don't fit with you.
Oh, that's
like
true.
puzzle pieces. Like per se in relationships. There are people that are in relationships, they don't belong together. And their relationship isn't that great. And if they let that person go, they would make room for the person that they're meant to be with. And that person would go off and find who they're supposed to be with. But they cling to each other because people just, they've lost, with everything that's went on. They've lost their confidence. They've lost, like, their connection to love, their connection to their soul. So they're all, like, clinging to each other. Instead of going within and finding their own power, they're clinging to each other. This is a problem.
Instead of going within and finding their own power, it is a problem.
And, when a reflection doesn't fit, it's meant to be somewhere else, like a puzzle piece, not meant to be there with you. Does that make sense?
Well, it does, yes. I think it makes sense. Yeah, it does. It does.
So it means, like, when we say, okay, I don't vibe with this person or I don't like their energy, that's okay. That energy isn't meant for you. It's meant for somebody else. So there's nothing negative in that.
Because there should
But
be.
just don't be mean about it, but just be like, you are.
Exactly. It's not meant for you. You don't have to be mean to that person. You don't have to be around the energy. If you listen to that again.
Yeah, it does. It does.
So it means, like, when we say, okay, I don't vibe with this person or I don't like their energy, that's okay. That energy isn't meant for you. It's meant for somebody else.
That energy isn't meant for you. It's meant for someone else. That's why there's a lot of people say in the YouTube community that go on channels where it's all negative because people like the negativity. Don't come on my channel with your negativity because we don't vibe with it. Because that energy isn't meant for us. That's why it disturbs people when they go into chat. They know that. You don't have to be horrible to that person or hate that person. It's just like, I don't vibe with you. That's why I always say I don't watch videos that I don't like, or I just get a vibe of, like, I'm not really into it. I don't resonate with it, or it's a bad vibe. So I don't watch it.
So there's nothing negative in that.
Because there should
But
be.
just don't be mean about it, but just be like, you aren't meant,
Yeah.
You're lovely, you're not meant for me.
Yeah.
I want you to find,
Because there should be a physical attraction as well, shouldn't there?
Well, there
Listen
should
to
be a
this.
magnetic. You should feel. People do a lot of words again, or people are read for money or for looks or whatever, but they're not feeling. You have to feel.
Like I said before, people go out with people for looks, money and stuff like that. Yes, you do have to be attractive, but they don't feel. It's off visual. Yes, you do have to be attractive, that's it, but they don't feel. And then she goes into, like, that side of relationship.
Feel it.
Yeah, because what may be attractive for you when you find that, other people may look at and say,
Oh,
well,
that's
it's
not
not for me.
attractive.
No, that's how it works. Yeah. And good point to know, actually, yeah. Just for other people watching this as well, we get so lost up in all the crap sometimes.
Yes, and a lot of people are with each other and they don't belong together.
Oh, God, yeah.
A lot of people are with each other, but they don't belong together. They're just clinging on, but they're not in the right energy with each other.
It's true.
And if we had a lot more people who would, they'd listen to their feelings and they'd, even when it comes to, like, sex, right? You go everywhere, there's stuff that is just pushing sex on, whether it's in the media, whether it's commercials. It's just.
That's why they push sex everywhere, more and more and more, because they're trying to disconnect people with lust and all that. It's not proper love. Of, like, what she's going to say in a minute. Oh.
Everywhere. But you think about it, so we live in a culture that is, all that's pushed on us. But what's not pushed on us is, like, wait a minute, you should only connect to somebody that you love or have feelings for.
Yes,
so people
Sam,
are having
yeah.
empty connection.
Empty.
So we have a lot of
People are going around having empty connections with people because they're just lusting. It's nothing. Sex and all that love side of stuff, of proper love like that together, is very powerful, very magical, very powerful. You're giving your energy away when you're just giving emptiness away because it's not real.
sex in the world with barely any love.
That is a big problem.
So the thing is that we need love. We need to focus on love. And if you should only get with a person if you care.
Love, fact, has been taken out of everything. Yeah, but they say sex is a drug, but it's because they push it out there. It's still a good thing, But it's better when you're in love with someone. It's not just doing out of falseness of lust and emptiness, because that's why they push you so much, because it empties your soul anyway when you're not doing it for the right reasons.
Them, or if you love them, not because you've had a hard time and you're finding a person that you're going to dispose for a night, because you're not like, that's harming yourself and harming that person.
Yeah.
It's harming God itself. Love is God.
Love is God. That's why love is everything. We're going back to love. Love is God. Creator, whatever you want to call it. So if you're not in love and you're not doing things out of love, you're not connected to Creator. It's not, do you know what I mean?
So what I'm trying to say is, like, we focus so much on physical stuff, like sex, food, all this stuff. Even with food, we're eating food that has like no taste in it here in America. We're eating food that's like plasticky. We're not lighting our senses up, because when we light our senses up, we get goosebumps. We stream in more of that God energy and connect to it. So even whether it's sex, food, or whatever, we are living robotic lives or lower consciousness lives that have
living robotic lives, lower consciousness. You're not, all your senses aren't alive, because you're desensitizing yourself. You're decreasing, disconnecting. That's why they put all these, I've said before, robotic dolls, sex dolls, all this stuff to disconnect real sensory stuff, love, whatever, you know?
have no charge.
Exactly, love makes the world go round. That's why I know a few people, I'll say men, that go out there, watch a lot of stuff, you know what I'm talking about, desensitised to anything, think that's what a woman really looks like, fake boobs, fake this, fake that, and they desensitise themselves to a real woman and think that's what, it's ridiculous.
No emotion, motion of energy, emotion, motion of energy.
Yeah, emotion, I've said this before, emotion is energy in motion, emotions.
And when you've lived a bit of life, you know what that sexual connection feels like when there's love involved. That's a different connection.
I'm very blessed that I've only
Yeah.
been with people that I care about, so I'm very, very blessed.
Yeah, and I don't think, can you judge somebody for getting with someone temporarily and not staying in that relationship? I don't know.
No, you can't do that at all. That's not, no.
Yeah.
Again, no, not at all. So it's like people have their choices to do what they want. But we should, in society, we have schools, teach these children, go to who you love.
A fact, children are not being taught in schools or anywhere else that it's love and how to love and know what love is. Today, Valentine's Day, we've all been there giving the friends, I saw someone on the bus today, a young lad with a bag that his girlfriend must have got him at school. But it's all about that, what am I getting? What material things I'm getting? Oh my God, you don't love me because you didn't buy me a blah, blah, blah. It's not about that. But they're not taught, they're taught what materialism is. I've said before, what was that saying I said before? What was it? We were born to love. Oh, what was the saying I said ages ago? And it was, we were born to love and, oh, can anyone remember? And use things. Oh, I can't remember. But now we love to use things and, oh, does anyone remember? I can't remember what the quote was and I've written it down somewhere and it was beautiful. Does anyone remember? We were born to love and use things, but now we use. I'll have to find it. I cannot remember where I wrote it down, but that quote was beautiful. And I can't remember it.
Who you feel for.
Well, they do not teach that. Yeah.
This is the problem.
Yeah.
Yes, teach them things like that. Teach them to have that moment of, when you feel something that's just magical. You have, the goosebump moment. Do you know what I'm talking about, right?
Well, the media doesn't even teach that, does it?
Because
No, the media doesn't teach it because they do the complete opposite. They want people loving, not loving people. They want people loving materialistic things, in love with the material, you know. And that quote's coming to mind again, but I can't think exactly what it was. This channel is, because I've seen a lot of Sarah stuff and I love Sarah stuff, but I just never saw this one. This was from 2018. It was the Moore Show, MOORE. Tapper or someone will probably find it. A conversation with Sarah Adams, intuitive healing, spirituality channeling, recorded in 2018. Yeah. So, hang on a minute.
Forgot their souls. This
People
is
forgot
why we're
their
doing this
souls.
right now.
Right.
There'd be no use for us sitting here and conversing.
No, well,
There really,
well,
wait, think about it. All of the stuff I'm saying and they're saying, there'd be no use if everybody was connected to their souls how they should be. We wouldn't have to be sitting here doing this.
And these are only just our opinions. These do not need to be the opinions of others.
Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. That's what makes them unique and beautiful. Everybody, there's a lot of people, and I respect, as long as your opinion isn't killing, harming, or hurting somebody else, I'm okay with it.
Or yourself.
Yes.
Pretty much the same here as well, you know.
Because that's flow. If it's harming people and it's being harmful, I'm not okay. I will speak up about that. But otherwise, even if I don't agree, if you have the most out there opinion and it's not harming anybody, I have to accept that. Because I must allow you to flow and be how you wish. That's your freedom of choice. I have no power. I should not use any.
And that's what I'm still learning when you get triggered, is everyone can have their own opinions as long as it's not coming out of hate, spitefulness, nastiness, not hurting anyone.
Power over that. That is, for me, evil is to impose your will upon another.
Love each other and use material things, but we love material things and use each other. Thank you, Phoenix Awake. That's what I said. I couldn't remember it. It was love each other and use material things. That's what we're supposed to do. But we, where is it? But we love material things and use each other, as they reverse it. And that's what they pushed. Consume, consume, consume. Be in love with what someone can give you. Not what they can give you in love or feelings, but in the materialistic side, like how much money they've got, what they can buy you. That's not real love. You'll be empty for the rest of your life.
And that's when you go against God, is when you impose your will upon another. And this is what we have in society. Everybody's trying to
When you go against God's will is when you oppose your... What did she just say then?
impose their will, is to impose your will upon another. And that's when you go against God, is when you impose your will upon another.
That's when you go against God now, i.e. example of, say what's going on in America, but it's going on all over the world, when the Democrats have been imposing their opinions on the people. The controllers have been imposing their opinions on the people, without the people knowing properly. Because the world's waking up, they're beginning to see. So they do go against God, Creator, whatever you want to call it, because they don't believe in it anyway.
And this is what we have in society. Everybody's trying to impose their will on how people should dress, on how people should talk, on how people should look, on how... Okay, just make it that nobody is harming each other, and let everybody, if they want to have green hair, if they want to dress like whatever, let them be. That's their unique creativity. If that makes them happy, let them be. This is their whole problem. Society, people can't just...
Unique creativity. Anyway, I'm going to leave it because it's long. You can go and check that out yourself. But I love Sarah. She's beautiful and I love the way she puts things together. But like I said, it resonates with me and what I've talked about. So quickly, I just want to put out there, when I was at my college course this week, a girl, I just walked in the morning and she went, I just heard her saying, I hear people out in my environment talking about certain things. I've heard 2 women in my class who are Iranian talking about Iran and stuff and what they see on the news, and they go, well, we come over here and it's not what they say. I said, no, because they always lie. People are figuring things out. Then I heard a girl say, well, all the energies came in, I could feel it in my third eye, and I seen this and I seen that, and I was like, what did you just say? And then we started talking about orbs. But it's just someone talking about the third eye, like, you know, just random in the classroom, talking to a teacher. And I'm like, see, people are talking about this stuff. That was great. Today, I was so happy. Now, if you don't know, the people who know that I do a lot of arty stuff and I make jewellery and I make bags and cards, which are here because I had to take some in today because I'm doing a business plan and I had to show some business enterprisey guy stuff that I do. You know, the cards that I do and different bits and bobs. Just for anyone who doesn't know, many bits and bobs I do. JP, I'm still thinking about that bracelet and bag if you still want it. It's just I've got to get stuff together, but because that's why I went to this business thing that I'm doing, and he actually sat down with me because I was talking and that, and went, you know what, you've got something there, your uniqueness of what you do and what you've got and how you come up with ideas. He said, yes, you need to push yourself. And I was like, got to get this done, folks, got to get this done so I can get organised to sell properly to the people. So I was very chuffed that he said that to me, because I'm confident in what I do. It's just the whole putting it together thing. You know, I'm confident in my work. I love my jewellery I make, my drawings, my whatever I'm doing at the time, because I do many different things. My meditation cushions and everything. Buy candy, everything that I make in the moment of my creativity when I make it, from, you know, Creator Source. I love it. So I've got to start trying to put it out there and using, I think, my Instagram more to sell on and stuff like that. So I'll be telling you more about that. But it was just great that this guy was giving me a lot of mega inspiration, good feedback, though I always get good feedback and I am confident in myself in that side. It's just the whole other side of it. So I was quite chuffed about that, and I've got to do quite a few bits this weekend, looking at stuff, researching, blah, 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 and all that. But it was great, and I was like, yay! And it was just really good for me to hear someone turn around and say, I'm not just saying it, you have a unique selling point. And I was like, oh, thank you. Manifestation's coming in, you know. So I've got to work hard on it. And that's why you will see me not on as much as I used to be, because I've got to try and get this together. But I will still be on here as well, because it is part of my creativity. I like to talk no matter what I'm talking about, and I'm sure it'll be different in the future. I'll probably be on here as long as I want to be, as long as other people want me to be. And it could change, you know, I don't know. But, you know, so before I go, because I need to go and chill out. Oh, before I go, another book came. It's my birthday soon, like I keep saying. Oh my God, because I love drawing and nature and stuff, I just had to get this book. And I love it because it's called Ernest Haeckel, Art Forms in Nature. Now, for the people, thank you, for the people who don't believe in a creator, and you look in nature, because God is nature, the creator is nature, you can seriously tell me that things like these old diagrams of plant life, you know, and things in nature, the forms, are not created. I mean, what, they just came out, just, you know, big bang, everything just divinely created, the shapes. I mean, look, stars and things going on, and our body, when you put your arms out, is a star point. When you draw the connection with stars, it's like divinely created. I'm like, what? They weren't just frigging thrown together on a bloody, oh, that'll do. Divinely created. I'm just trying to find all the nauticus, we all know what this is, the spiral, the Fibonacci code, you know, keep spiraling. That's what we're doing, spiraling, never ending. This book is so beautiful. If you're into art or love looking at lovely, this book's just beautiful. I mean, of course as a creator, like I said, it weren't just bunged together. But I'm just like, wow. Even, oh, what was that? Even And the geometric shapes, if you get what I'm saying. So it's just a beautiful book. I mean, do you know what I mean? Yeah, this is the creator. The creator is nature. Oh, we're all forms of nature. So anyway, just chucking that out there. Right, my fringe is getting on my nerves now because I haven't sorted my fringe out properly. Tuck it in there. Right, so before I go, the cards that came out today, you're welcome, are Work Your Light Oracle. How beautiful. For my birthday, which I will say again next week. You can put a coffee donation if you want by PayPal. That's in the live chat. Or you will find in the live chat because I've just noticed a few people put it up. Right, I got today 4 cards. And how good is this? I was like, yeah. Oh, was it that one? No, it wasn't. 4 cards. Which, there were these ones. Was it 5 cards? Let me have a look. I did these this morning. They came out and I thought, oh my God, I've got to read them out because they're beautiful. Right, it wasn't that one. Right, the first one. A Big Bang Theory. Yeah, right, exactly. Oh, it's up to you, you know, if blah, 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 blah. But anyway, the first card that came out was Mirror. Who or what is triggering you? I still get triggered, I'm not going to lie, I still get triggered slightly, not as bad as I used to, but we're all just learning to work around that and realising why. But like I said, it is that thing again of you don't have to be nasty to people, you just don't have to be around that energy. Because I've had a lot of people saying to me, oh, do you not like me? Do you hate me? You just hate me, don't you? No, I don't hate you. Hate is a strong word. You may have had things that have gone in your life that's made you a bit of a hateful person, and that's why you troll and stuff like that, or whatever it is. No, I don't hate you. I just don't, I can't hold your energy. That's all. It's just your energy. It's not you per se, it's your energy. So learning not to react with emotion. Yeah, and it is hard sometimes, but as long as you're learning and you're aware, because I always say sometimes if I get triggered, I'm aware after. It's the people who aren't aware that don't care. I do care. But don't get me wrong, you do have absolute arseholes that do, you know what I mean? So, like someone the other day said something stupid, the one that I said I've been just keep deleting all the time, trying to sort of threaten me saying they're sending me bad energy. It won't affect me because I'm not feeding into it. Protection. Well, there you go. Call back your power. Cut the cords. Soul retrieval. Now I've been talking about this for months. Cut the cords. Look at it, be in it. Past like whatever. Let go of it. I've really got to hurry up because my battery's about to run out. So call back your power, cut the cords, soul retrieval. You're powerless when you're staying in the past of victim mode. You don't need it. And guess how many women are stood in a circle? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we've got transformation. Things are changing at a cellular level. That's within you as well. Your cells. Be good to yourself. Selves. Talk to yourself, love yourself. Your cells will give you deep healing. Like I just said before, with the Joe Dispenza book. Feminine Divine going on there. And pink healing. Right, one more because this is going to go off in a minute. The last one was Unbound. Releasing soul patterns, contracts and past lives. Like I just said, release your past shit. You don't need it. It doesn't define who you are right now or in the future. Yes, you can be with it. Yes, you can look at it, revisit it, but cut it. It doesn't matter. Anything that happened in the past, traumas, whatever, release it. You don't need it. Not doing you any good. Stop talking about it. Stop, release it. Look at it, release it. Because once you do that, you're not tethered. You're free to ascend. You're free. So if you want to be bound up and kept in old systems, old control systems, old mindsets, be open-minded. It's very, very important. Right, I'm going to go, love you and leave you because this battery is about to go. I need to go and chill out now. And I will see you very soon. Have a fabulous weekend. Keep vibing high. If you do want to put a coffee contribution. It's in chat somewhere, PayPal. But that's up to you. And I will see you very soon. I'm off to watch a little bit more of Thieves of the Wood on Netflix. And yeah, I've got to get some stuff done this weekend towards my businessy business. And hopefully I'll be able to show you some new things if anyone wants to purchase anything. I just need to get my axe into swing now. So, yes. So, yeah. So, goodbye. Thanks for all coming in. It says 28 watching here. I don't know if it says any different on anywhere else. And just before I go quickly, before it ends, all stick a heart up to send that energy in this chat to everyone here and send that vibration out. This is what we've got to do. Hearts before you go, please. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Quick, 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 before it goes off. Thank you. Effie's put a donation place in there. Hearts, hearts, people. Send that vibe out. Frequency. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. As above, so beloved as. Critical thinker. It's going to go. I'm going to have to go. Yeah, the coffee as above. Laugh out loud. Got Cyan. Red line. Yes. Come on, people. Come on, you've only got to put a heart in. Effie. Come on, come on, come on. You know you want to. Come on, come on, come on. What you doing? Oh my God. Yay. Hearts, 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 hearts. Oh, the colours. Yeah. See, it looks pretty. Look at that. How cute's that? Sending that vibe out to each and every one of you. Yay. That'll bug some people. That'll bug the people that don't like hearts and love and goodness and unity. They'll be like, oh my God, it's so sickening. Yeah, get a bit of that down you. And it is Valentine's Day, you know, even if it's whatever. Oh, thanks, Dave. So anyway, I'm going to go because it's going to go off. So I'll see you soon. Thank you very much. And keep vibing high. Remember to watch people that keep you vibing high. Do things that keep you vibing high. Get out in nature. If you need a relaxing weekend, have a relaxing weekend. Just keep sticking on, little light warriors. And see you soon. Bye. Oh my God, I can't get out.